turn right there, we'd have both been in that field. Well, good afternoon everyone, and today is midweek camping trip. So myself and Mike out in front. We are on our way to a site somewhere near Bangor. It's a perfect day for it, perfect temperature, nice dry roads. We're trying to miss as much traffic as we can, and we should be arriving on site probably the next hour and 15 minutes, I reckon. And we're amongst the North Wales beautiful countryside. I've no idea what road this is. I'm just following Mike, he's got the sat nav on. There you go, we're heading to Trosvened and Festiniog. Mike assures me there's a very nice pass up ahead, a nice little mountain road, so we thought we'd put the camera on for 10 minutes. And what an amazing part of the UK this area of Wales is. I don't come here enough. It's right on our doorstep. We've only been out for probably an hour and 20 minutes so far, and we're right amongst this. It's so accessible for us. We're so lucky to live where we do, that this is on our doorstep. And these roads, this countryside is just fantastic. The site Mike's booked is not our usual sort of basic campsite. It looks a bit fancy to me, probably a bit fancy for us. But the key thing is, two things: you can have a fire, and it's 15 quid a night. 15 quid for camping in a place like this. You can't really grumble at that, can you? And what a ride into it as well. A day out in itself. So we've no real plans. We should be there about 4 o'clock-ish, I suspect. We'll get set up, and we'll get the cooking gear on, make ourselves some food. I've got a few beers in the panniers, wrapped in a bit of ice, so hopefully they'll be at least slightly below room temperature by the time we get there. Have a few beers, put the fire on, relax, and then tomorrow we'll be up and either maybe make a bit of breakfast on camp, or maybe go out for a bit of brekkie somewhere, and then back late morning, dinner time-ish. And dinner time for us, by the way, is probably lunchtime for most people. When we say dinner time, we mean 12 o'clock in the afternoon. But as I say, there's no rush to get there, no massive rush to get back either. It's just an opportunity to make the most of the weather and just get away, just for a day really. When we were at the ABR festival a few weeks ago, one of the speakers we went to watch was On the Road Adventures, who I follow and a big fan of, and they were talking about how a lot of speakers at ABR and a lot of people in the adventure motorcycling world will have you believe that you need to go to the other side of the world to have an adventure. You know, you need to travel for days, weeks, months to the middle of nowhere, meeting natives and locals, camping by the side of the road, and obviously all of that is an adventure, isn't it? But it's not something that most of us really have the time, money, circumstances to do. We don't have the means to do it. So what On the Road was saying was that often, you know, the best adventures you have are those small local adventures on your doorstep, where you just go out for the day, or you go for a weekend, or you go camping somewhere, you do something different. And that's the way I see trips like this. So we haven't really put a lot of planning into it. Mike's off this week, he suggested it, he booked a site, I booked the afternoon off work today and the morning off tomorrow, and we've come away. There's no real more planning than that. Got a nice route in the sat nav that keeps you off the main roads, and you get to see beautiful countryside like this. And I think that's just as valid an adventure as any other big trips that people go on. Of course, if you've got the time and the money and the flexibility to do those round the world adventures, what an amazing thing to do. But for people like myself and Mike, who work full time, got families, other commitments, doing something like this is just a brilliant little thing to do. Costs next to nothing. It's a tank of fuel, maybe a couple of tanks of fuel, 15 quid for your camping, raid the kitchen cupboard, get a few beers out the fridge, and away you go. You're doing probably the whole trip for 45 quid, and you can't really argue with that, can you? And with this scenery and these roads, you pretty much could be anywhere, couldn't you? You could be in rural France or Spain or anywhere. So I just think little adventures like this are so accessible and so doable, and they're so enjoyable and so cheap. They're just a great thing to do. They call them these days, don't they? I don't know if you've heard the term micro adventures. I've heard that term bandied around a bit. Micro adventures, and it's this concept that you can do small little trips, small changes to your routine, things a little bit out of the ordinary, and it feels like you've had an adventure, even though it might even be something as simple as taking a different route to work, if you walk to work or cycle to work, or it could be camping out in your garden. These little micro adventures, and that's sort of what we're on now. It's just a quick 24-hour dash into Wales on these lovely roads, one overnight camp, make a couple of meals, sit by the campfire, have a couple of beers, and you're back home. And it feels like you've been away, it feels like you've had a break, it feels like you've had a mini holiday, a micro adventure. Well, these roads are just phenomenal, and the scenery is just second to none, isn't it? There's so much of North Wales to explore, and every time we come here, which is, as I say, not often enough, but every time we come here, you're just blown away by how picturesque it is. It's stunning, and we must make more of an effort to come away like this. Wow. Doesn't really get any better, does it? What else would you be doing on a Wednesday afternoon? Sat in some dreary meeting in work, or working on a factory floor, or decorating the spare room. It just pales into insignificance, doesn't it? When you get a chance to come away for a little cheeky trip like this. It's awesome. Let's get this Focus dispatched. Look at the views. Absolutely stunning. What a place to ride. Who says it's all 20 miles an hour speed limits in Wales? Nonsense. Just need to pick your route wisely, which I'm delighted to say Mike seems to have done today. And it looks like it might be about to get even better. And there you go, now we're on sheep watch. You gotta watch out for the kamikaze sheep. Or the lunatics in Subaru Imprezas coming the opposite way. There's usually one of them. popular today with the motorcycling fraternity as well. Wow, look at this. If I remember, I'll try to put the name of this road on the screen. It's one of those roads where you don't have to ride quickly. You don't have to be doing 80 miles an hour on this road to feel it and enjoy it. 50 or 55 is more than adequate on a road like this. Or maybe a bit more. And I think roads like this are where these types of bikes absolutely excel. Yes, you could say a sports bike would be much quicker over these roads, but it's a different experience, isn't it? I think with a bike like this, you don't feel like you have to ride like your pants are on fire. If you do 55 or 60 on a bike like this, you feel like you go a little bit quicker. It feels more engaging. Feels a bit more of a challenge. I think on a sports bike you'd be just watching the speed on, trying to get across here as quickly as you could. And I just think bikes like this are really at home on roads like this. It's not about how quick you can turn into corners. There's no chicanes on here. You don't have to worry about getting your knee down. Just feels better on a bike like this, which is a bit more upright, where you get a bit better visibility, where everything about the bike, I think anyway, at least, suits a road like this. You might disagree. If you come hooning over here on your Fireblade or your ZX10, fair play. I just think these roads are so well suited to a bit more of an upright bike like this that still has a bit of grunt to it. So these 1050 engines have plenty of poke. You can really still enjoy yourself and get a bit of a wriggle on when you fancy it. And they punch out of the corners so well, these triples. They feel almost like a V-twin in some respects. I've owned a few V-twins over the years, a couple of Aprilia, a few Choras, Aprilia Capanodes, that 1000cc Rotax V-twin engine that Aprilia do. That is so good when you come out of a bend and you're in the right gear and you gun it, you get that low down V-twin push. And these triples are not far off that. I think they're a brilliant compromise between the inline four, and the V-twin, or a parallel twin. And that's combined with a seating position where you get a good view and you feel a bit more in control. I think it's a perfect combination. This road is just absolutely spectacular, as you can see. Wow. And the sheep are behaving themselves, so that's good. Yeah, this certainly beats being in the office or being in some dull meeting about something that doesn't really matter. I'd rather be here every day of the week. Stay there. Dreaded cattle grid. Ooh. What a view. Oh, he's not going to be hanging around over those hills in his Porsche. Look at the valley. Oh. Well, I have to congratulate Mike on his choice of route today. I don't recall ever coming over that pass before, and I'm sure I'd remember it. So fair play for picking this route. That was this is a lovely stretch of tarmac. Oh wow. Every corner you go around, you just met with a unbelievable vista. I can imagine on a summer Sunday afternoon or evening, this place will be a lot busier than it is today. We're here on a Wednesday afternoon, about 3 o'clock-ish, and it's lovely and quiet. We've got the whole place to ourselves. But I can imagine it's popular at certain times of year. Quite hard to concentrate on the road when there's so much to catch your eye and there's so much to look at. This kind of road that does need your full concentration, but it's very easy to be distracted because there's so much to see. Place to build a house. What a spot. Right, looks like we dispatched that. That was a fabulous piece of road. Amazing. As we come into Festiniog. Wow, what an absolute treat that was. you turn right there, we'd have both in that field. Well, good afternoon everyone, and we're here at, well actually I'm not sure what the campsite's called. It's somewhere near Bangor. I'll put the name of the campsite on screen. 15 quid a night, £15 a night for a pitch. It's a lovely site, really well kept. It's in an amazing location. You can see where we are, surrounded by the Welsh Hills. There's pretty much no one on site, 2 other campers on site as well as me and Mike. It's perfect. It's a caravan and camping place. It's really well kept. It's got a nice on-site shop. We've brought the off-the-ground fire pit, so we've got some firewood from the shop and some fire lighters. 7 quid, 7 quid. Brilliant. So we're just about to put tea on, start doing a bit of cooking, have our evening meal, and we've got a few beers to get through tonight. Probably be an early-ish night, and then up and out in the morning, back home, probably a late morning I would imagine. It was an absolutely cracking ride down here, it was amazing. Really lovely roads, and this site is absolutely spot on, so it's highly recommended. Apparently it gets very busy at the weekends, but with it being a Wednesday afternoon, there's really virtually no one here. So a nice evening by the campfire, a few tunes on, finish off the few beers we've got, fill our bellies, and retire for the evening. I'll see you then.